The Golden Egg. Another adventure is hatching. Adventure Shorts, number 2. Written and narrated by Pieter Haumann.
Friday. "Let's go," shouted Annie as she flung her bedroom door open and charged down the corridor. Rufus, the Darvil feline, gave her a look of contempt before wrapping his bushy tail around his face to keep the light from his eyes. The rest of the house was still fast asleep, but soon appeared in their doorsteps as the girl skipped up and down the stairs, calling for her friends to come as quickly as possible. "Annie," said Robert, as he wiped the sleep from his eyes, "the Easter egg hunt is only beginning at 8. "But if we get a head start, we'll get more eggs," she said, excitedly rubbing her hands together. "You do understand that the eggs are just for fun, right?" said Robert. "What do you mean?" said Annie skeptically. "The egg hunt is just for fun. We all share the candy afterwards," said Robert. One could excuse Annie for the misunderstanding. It wasn't exactly a tradition in their household to do a formal Easter egg hunt. Rather, father and mother would hide a few chocolate eggs around the house, normally in the most predictable of locations. Not this year, however. This year it was a grand affair. They spent nearly all of the previous day painting the eggs, and once they had all dried, father and Mr. Darvil went about hiding said eggs, of which there must have been nearly a gross, all around Devil's Leap. It was bound to be quite the adventure to gather them all. "Don't worry," said Ellie, yawning widely. "You can have half of my share." Annie gave her a smile before she continued merrily down the stairs. "By the way," said Robert, after he had recovered from the shock of being so abruptly ripped from his slumber, "what are we going to do with all those eggs?" "That's the really fun part," said Anton, who appeared no better off than Robert did, as Butter and Peanut, the Darvil family dogs, came rushing from his bedroom and dashed down the stairs, no doubt to investigate what Annie was on about. "After we find all the eggs, well, most of the eggs, there's always one or two that are only discovered a few weeks later, and I can tell you, the smell of those things." "We were getting to the fun part," said Ellie, sensing her brother was about to venture off on a tangent. "Yes," said Anton, scratching his head right where a tuft of hair had curled itself up. "After we find all the eggs, we bring out old Bertha." "What on earth is an old Bertha?" asked Robert. "Old Bertha, as my brother calls it," said Ellie, "is a monstrosity of a cast-iron pan." "It's huge," said Anton, stretching his arms as wide as he could. "I'll show you a little later." "And then we cook the eggs," said Robert. "Not just cook them," said Anton excitedly. "We make omelettes. Hundreds of egg omelettes." "Goodness!" Robert exclaimed. "And just who's going to eat all of those omelettes?" "All of us," said Ellie, "and pretty much anybody in the area who wants to join."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?